All right. Well, good morning. Couple of things. We made a presentation for you guys to help understand how to sign up for conferences, what to do when you sign up, what homework you need to work on before you sign up. So take a look at the videos that are attached to each slide and let us know if you have questions. All right. Welcome. Now that you've been able to find the Sign Up Genius for conferences, I want to talk about a couple of the expectations and things to do and how to sign up for your conference. Your conference is a 20-minute conference with your mentor. It's with parents and students. We know that 20 minutes gets crammed with a lot of information, so if we don't get to all your questions, we'll do our best to answer those at another time. Scrolling down if I can, there's some homework that students and parents need to do before the conference starts. And there's links down here at the bottom of what to do and what to complete. Okay, just kind of taking a look at the mentor list. You have the option to sign up virtually and on site, and we'll talk about that as well. And then there are some things that your mentor will cover during conferences: the MAPS growth, the grit scale, which filled out by the parent and the child, mission statements. We'll take a look at those. And then here's that sign up. So here is the grit scale, the link for the grit scale. And here is that middle school virtual office link, if that's where your conference is going to be held. And then here is how to sign up with each of your mentors. So Mr. Andy is my mentor. I want to take a conference with him at 12:20 Tuesday. Click sign up, submit and sign up. And then it'll bring up a screen that'll say, oh, in my comments, so where do I want to do this? I would like to do this in the virtual office, okay? And I might put my name in here, my email address, and I can sign up with Mr. Andy. Okay, and please let us know if you have questions.
So now we're going to spend some time talking about things that are going to be a part of conferences. And when we have that 20 minutes with you guys, we really want to capitalize on those precious minutes and talk about things that you don't have access to every day. So we know that you guys have access to the most current grade that your child has. We know that you have access to their time spent down to the individual second that they've spent on an assignment. So when you come into our virtual office to meet us for conferences, we're going to talk about things that you don't have at your fingertips every day. Things like the MAPS data that we have on your child and how he or she has progressed and grown over the course of this year so far. We're going to do a reflection of the student goals that were set in the fall and then how we've progressed through them and maybe even what new goals need to be set now. We are going to all bring a grit and engagement survey about your child to the conferences, and we're going to compare the three different perspectives that are at the table. Students are going to take the grit and engagement survey based on how they feel about themselves. Parents, you're going to take the grit and engagement survey based on how you feel about your kiddo, and we're going to take it for your kiddo as well, and all have that housed in the individualized learning plan notebook and talk about it together. So parents, you actually have homework, and kiddos, you have homework too. In addition, kiddos are going to have another piece that they're going to bring to the table, and that's going to be a personal mission statement that they create on their own, that they write on their own, that really talks about this is who I am, this is what I believe, and this is how I'm going to kind of set myself up for success for the rest of the year. So all of these things are going to make up the 20 minutes that we have together, and we're excited to learn right alongside of you.
Hey there. So in your email, you should have gotten this grit and engagement survey. This is to take a look at, just to assess where you're at as a student, and parents, there's a section for you as well. So this in the Survey Monkey, make sure to put your name, and the first question here is a link to fill out a scale of, what is your grit? And so when you click on this link, parents, you'll have a section to fill this out for your child. So make an assessment of, from what you see at home and what you know about your student, how do they rank on this grit scale? And then students will go through that same survey and do that themselves. And so you'll put both of your scores in here. when you click on this, it will bring you to this grit scale, and it's just 10 short questions. Go with your gut. Whatever the first thing you think of, pick that answer. And important thing here is to be honest. There are no right or wrong answers. Just whatever describes you best. Go through, and as you answer these questions, you'll find that at the end you get a score, and it's this score that we want you to put into the SurveyMonkey result here, and then have your student go through. And then we have just a few questions about engagement. How are you engaging with your coursework? Are you taking notes? Are you doing everything that is assigned to you and doing it well? How do you interact with others? Are you responding to teachers? Are you reaching out when you need help? Are you spending time in the virtual office? How is your attendance in live lessons? Maybe you don't go to live lessons every week and you've worked that out with your teacher, and that's okay. And then your responsibilities. Are you doing MobyMax? Are you meeting with Miss Lisa or somebody else that you've set up to have these meetings? Are you following through with those responsibilities you have? And then when you're done, you can click this done thing and you'll be all set.
Hello, Mr. Andy here. I just want to talk about where your conferences are. You have the choice of having your conferences in 2 different places if you would like. You could have your conference on site if you would like, just indicate that in the Sign Up Genius. Or you could also have your conference in the middle school virtual office. You can kind of pick and choose which you would like to have. If you would like to have the conference in the middle school virtual office because it's a little bit more flexible, you will also find that link to the middle school office in this email, in this message. And you will also find it on your student's desktop computer, and they can show you where that is as well. If you would like to have it on site, please make sure you're here about 5 minutes early. You kind of hang out until we're ready, and we'll get you guys started. So make sure you indicate in your sign up where you would like your conference to be held.
So now we're going to talk about when are conferences. You guys are going to see on the Sign Up Genius that you go to that there are going to be 20-minute time slots that you sign up for to meet with your child's mentor. So if you have a 6th grader, you are going to sign up for one 20-minute slot to meet with me in the middle school virtual office or on site. Don't forget to indicate which one you choose. And inside of that 20 minutes is where we're going to talk about those 4 key components. You really have tons of variety of when you want that 20 minutes to be. On Tuesday, March 27th, those 20-minute time slots are going to be available to you starting at 12 p.m. going till 7 p.m. So you can pick any one 20-minute slot in that chunk of time. And on Wednesday, March 28th, from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m., again, that is open for you if that Tuesday doesn't work for you to choose a 20-minute time slot for that chunk of time. Please make sure that you only sign up for one 20-minute slot with your child's mentor. And know that if you work during the day or if you're not able to, get home in time or whatever, you can access our middle school virtual office anywhere that you have internet. So if you want to log in from work and you want your kiddo to log in from campus and you want me to log in from campus, we can all meet in the same breakout room together. All we need to have is internet. So we can still do conferences regardless of location. And remember, we want to have 100% participation. So we're excited to see you there.